welcome back to Marvel Live from San Diego Comic-Con 2015, brought to you by Marvel Future Fight from Netmarble. I'm Lorraine Sink, host and writer of Marvel's The Watcher, joined by
Blake Garris, and we have the pleasure of standing next to a man who I've had the pleasure of interviewing twice, who I literally call behind your back the nicest man in the history of celebrity.
That was in front of my back, and I thank you for
I
it.
said behind your back too.
He only compliments people behind their backs.
Yes.
Oh, go.
So, Mr. Doug Jones, how you doing
Hey,
today?
everybody. I'm just doing great.
So is it a bittersweet con for you?
Well, it's bittersweet on one count that this is my final convention, Comic-Con, with the cast of Falling Skies. It's our final season airing right now. We're doing our big final panel tomorrow in Ballroom 20. So it's like, aw, and the whole gang's here, so it'll be a nice farewell. But I got other stuff going. I'll be back every year like I always have been anyway, so that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
And I guess Marvel fans will know you most for as being
Silver Surfer.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a fan, though, of the comic world, correct?
I've become more of one because when I'm asked to play something as a comic book source material, I research it, and so I was not as aware of the Silver Surfer as I wanted to be before I got the job. Went to a comic book store in Burbank, and I said, "What do you have for the Silver Surfer?" And the kid behind the counter was like, "Dude, oh, yeah." And so here's what. I fell in love with Stan Lee's writing so much on that character. And Stan Lee has since, I've met him several times now, and he's told me before, that's the favorite Marvel character he ever created because he could wax poetic through him about the human condition, about what we're doing to Earth, what we're doing to each other, ahead of his time, really, right? So that meant the world to me, and the poetry of the way he spoke in the original comics, in the Fantastic Four and in his own comics, really inspired my performance more than anything else did, honestly. That's where I got my inspiration. And the artwork by Jack Kirby, shut up, right? The beautiful ballet, yet with such strength and poise and grace, and to find those poses and find a way to move from one to the other, while maintaining the calm and the confidence that the Silver Surfer had. As you can tell, I talk with my hands. I'm like, because I got to push it out there. I'm never confident that you're hearing me.
Right.
The Surfer, he knows you're hearing him because he has the cosmic power, right? So I had to really throttle back when I played him to trust that I was getting through as that puffy-chested, strong-jawed, beautiful beast that he is. Yeah.
I always, when I see you at cons all the time, you always have so much energy towards your fans. And I've asked you this before, but I always ask, what keeps you driven to just love on your fans so much?
Well, as we stand up here at the Marvel booth today, looking out over much of the convention center, all those people that I'm looking at help buy my house for me. Right,
Thank
that
you.
motivates me to want to hug them, pet their faces, and say thank you so much. No, seriously.
So if I could give them what just
please.
Exactly.
I would keep that forever.
No, yeah.
We have people sending us in lots of questions. They love
great.
you. They're so excited that you're here with us. Renee would like to know, if you could be any Marvel character, who would it be besides Silver Surfer, of course?
Well, that's already been taken. I wanted, when I was a kid, I was watching the Fantastic Four cartoons, and it was the Mr. Fantastic, the stretchiness. I related to that somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
So he was my first choice. So getting into that universe as the Surfer was close enough. Yeah.
And we have lots more. It's kind of exploding so quickly.
Questions for someone.
Very sweet.
Suzette, Doug Jones is a living legend. You were great, and then Wim said you did great playing Silver Surfer. It's honestly a lot of adoration is happening right now in Twitter.
I love your adoration, and I adore you all so much. I'm pointing at you. You know the one who you are.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
So last time I interviewed you, you had all these things coming up that you couldn't talk about. Now you tell me before the interview you can talk about everything.
Pretty well.
For the most part.
The cat's semi out of the bag.
Okay.
Yeah. We of course, I'm on 2 episodes of The Strain this season. Season 2 starts this Sunday night, July 12th. And now, oddly enough, it's in a competing time slot with Falling Skies, so I'm going to be on both shows.
DVR one.
That's what I'm saying. We're in the age you can do that now.
Yeah.
So 10 o'clock this coming Sunday night, 9 Central, on FX, the season opener of The Strain, which I'm 2 characters in the season opener. The opening scene is a flashback that will show you how the Master became the Master. I might have something to do with that, as a heavily made-up vampire-y guy from the days of yore. And then I reprised my role as the leader of the Ancients as well. So that's exciting. And then also Crimson Peak is coming this fall, October 16th. Guillermo del Toro's latest movie. And it is an amazingly beautiful Victorian-era haunted house story. And originally Guillermo told me not to talk about what I did in it. And I said, well, I'm going to be doing interviews. What can I tell people? He said, well, tell them it's a haunted house story. And what the F do they think you played? So now I can tell you I play a couple of ghosts. Okay,
there you go.
You figured that one out, didn't you? but because I'm in the trailer. If you look online for the Crimson Peak trailer, you'll see hints of ghosts throughout it. That would be all played by my friend Javier Botet, who was the Mama ghost in Mama, and also me. We each did multiple characters as ghost things. I can't tell you why the ghosts are hanging around the house. I can't tell you what message they were trying to convey, but it's rather specific. Mm-hmm. And yes, but the cast is okay. You got Mia Wasikowska. It's her storyline. Who is Alice in Wonderland. Right. You have Tom Hiddleston, her love interest.
Oh,
right.
Amazing.
That's a Thor.
A friend of ours.
Reference. Well, talking Marvel. We also have Charlie Hunnam in it from Sons of Anarchy, Pacific Rim, and Jessica Chastain, the lovely, also in Mama, and she's been in everything now. Jessica is. So anyway, the cast is stellar and wonderful, and it's directed by Guillermo del Toro. You cannot go wrong with that.
You guys are like this.
You know, that's my 5th movie with him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And with his TV series as well. And he's got other plans for us, things that I cannot talk about because they're not even written yet. But we've had talks. We had good. You know, Guillermo del Toro is one of those directors. He has more on his calendar than he can live through. Right? They go well past his death. These projects. Yeah. I don't know how he's going to work it in.
I think that's the best way to live, probably. Right?
Right? Like there's like you have every tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got it all, so I'm going to do it all. We could learn a lesson.
I have to say, you are like the most amazing physical actor.
Oh, bless you.
I saw you do your consult on Face Off.
Oh, Face Off. Oh, thanks.
Which was tremendous. I mean,
thanks.
It's so impressive. Is there a way that you kind of approach a script physically?
Well, yeah, it depends. The writers indicate an awful lot. When you read the script, you'll get an idea of the intention of where that character plays in. How it plays in. Is it a hybrid of an animal and a man? Is it an alien beast? Is it a sea creature? A lot that you can get from that. And then, but the hard part is an actor. You know, when an actor plays a psychologist, that actor might talk to a psychologist and say, well, you know, what's it like? You know, they want to get into the mind and get advice from a real psychologist. I can't go to a real alien and say, you know, where do you come from? What do you have for breakfast? How do you wipe? Forward to back or back to front? You know, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't have those questions. I can't ask that.
Makes sense.
So you do have to make up a lot. And when you're heavily made up as an otherworldly creature, you need to find that physical presence, and you need to find the heart and soul of him as an actor does, but also let it play out through all of this, because you're pushing through layers of latex foam rubber, sometimes, a lot of the time, and that's got to read on film for the people at home, right?
Right. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm curious when I guess you know you've been a mime.
I started as a mime. Yes.
The mime aspect came first, and did that help? I assume that would help your.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I'm 6'3.5", and I weigh 140 pounds. That's a good start. That's a good palette to build on. Then that character has to move, right? So, being as a mime, you learn the art of telling stories, of building a character without verbal dialogue. It has to be visual, right? And we all give visual dialogue every day. That's part of our communication. That's what we're doing right now, even you and I. So 50% of it is what you're seeing. So you just have to turn the volume up on what you're seeing a little bit, and then if you're a monster who growls and swipes at people, you have to then play the visual really big because you don't have dialogue to aid you in that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we only got a couple minutes left. I want to touch on, you do a lot of great work charity-wise with young kids in acting, I believe.
Oh, not a specific charity. Mrs. Laurie and I, we never had kids of our own. And so we tend to take in young folk and call them our puppies. We do, yeah. Now, it's not a program. It's nothing you can apply for. It's like, you know, like if we met and talked, and later you came to me and said, Mr. Jones, can I talk to you for a minute? Let's have a coffee. You know what I mean? And something might grow from that. It becomes natural. Our house is full of kids. Kids. I'm 55. Yes, they're kids. We have puppies that have been with us for 13 years. We met them in their 20s. They're now in their 30s, and so we've built quite an odd collected family over the years. But as far as charities go, I am a big supporter of the Children's Miracle Network. I met Marie Osmond for the first time, and she gave me all the lowdown on how she and John Schneider founded that.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, children's. It's a good gig. That if you look that one up online.
All right, real quick, how can fans follow you online, and
Yes.
then talk about the 3 shows, and then whatever else you'd like to say.
Right. On the Webernet, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Facebook, personal and public, and it's all do a Doug Jones search. I'm verified, or actor Doug Jones on some of them. There you go.
Thank you so much. The nicest man in the world, Mr. Doug Jones.
You guys stick
Thank you.
around.
Hey everybody, this is Blake.